Hello everyone, my name is Ninoa and welcome to new Infinity Nikki video. Today we are going to continue our playthrough of the brand new storyline released with patch 1.8 as part of Dancing Season. You will find a link to the first part of this playthrough in the notes below. Reminder that this is a permanent addition to the game. So to sum up what happened in part 1, Nikki came across that painting scroll in the Sea of Stars and was transported here in Danqing Island, where people recognize her as artist Nikki. She took part to a ceremony, but that ceremony failed, and that is not the only strange occurrence on this island. Items turned to ink, and people have mysteriously disappeared during raining events. And we are about to investigate with a certain Ms Bai. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. And here we are back in Inkville. There are 3 events that we must investigate, and just before we concluded part 1, I decided to start with a case of a missing child. So first we need to head to her family's home.
This is the home of the family whose child went missing.
Huh? What's with that gross, dark mark on the door?
It looks like ink. But why would there be ink splashed all over the door? That is strange. Let's ask the Liu family when we see them.
I don't believe it. It's just something grown-ups made up to scare us.
Did someone scare you?
Artist Nikki, I'm looking for Xiaozhi. Have you seen her anywhere?
Xiaozhi? Sorry, I haven't.
She's been missing for so long. Her parents have looked all over Danqing Island, but there's still no sign of her. Some people say she got caught in the rain, and then like the others, she just disappeared. That's not true, right? That's just a scary story. Xiaozhi probably just had a fight with her parents. Maybe she's still mad at me. She's just hiding somewhere.
Disappearing in the rain? Did anyone actually see Xiaozhi get caught in it?
No, that's why I don't believe it either. Xiaozhi wouldn't just vanish. My dad always said my mom disappeared that way, but even he never saw it with his own eyes. My dad's always going on about spooky nonsense. Xiaozhi's right. Grown-ups love to tell scary stories about disappearing in the rain just to scare us into behaving. Adults are the worst. Her parents were always scolding her, and that day they really crossed the line. That's why she was so upset and ran off.
We'll also help keep an eye out for her. But it's not safe to be out looking alone. Head home soon, okay?
Ugh, that girl! You can't say a word without her storming off, and now she's run away from home.
Auntie Liu, please don't be so mad at Xiaozhi. Right now, the most important thing is finding her.
Artist Nikki, Ms Bai, we've searched everywhere over the past few days, but we still haven't seen or heard anything from Xiaozhi. Nothing at all.
Xiaozhi. She doesn't seem like the type of child to disappear for days to make her parents worry.
Ugh, she's never run away before. Up to now, whenever she got upset, she'd just spend time with Mr. Cheng's son, Tian, tinkering around with who knows what. The other day, we thought she'd gone to see Tian like usual, but when dinner was ready and she still hadn't come home, we started looking, and we couldn't find her anywhere. Tian hadn't seen her either. Now her father and I are afraid something's happened to her out there. There have been cases where people just...
Hopefully, we're just overthinking it. Right now, we can only follow the small clues we have. Maybe they'll help us guess where Xiaozhi went. Auntie Liu, before she went missing, can you try to remember if Xiaozhi said or did anything?
That morning, the 3 of us went to Artisan Cheng to ask him to repair Xiaozhi's umbrella. Everyone says, if there's rain, stay inside. From the wind, you must hide. If someone gets lost in the rain, even Long can't bring them back. She didn't take it seriously. We had to talk her into going with us. After the umbrella was fixed, instead of saying thank you, she argued with us and ran off. Of course, that evening it just had to rain. My heart's been in knots ever since.
Auntie Liu, when Xiaozhi left, did she have her umbrella with her?
Yes, of course. Artisan Chung fixed it and gave it right back to her. She wouldn't have gone out in the rain without it. She just wouldn't.
If that's the case, then why would she disappear? Miss Liu, did anything else strange happen that day?
Now that you mention it, there was something strange. That evening, we both heard someone knocking on the door. The knocking got louder and faster, so I rushed over and opened it. But when I did, there was no one there. Just a gust of wind and raindrops rushing in. It blew past me with a whoosh and chilled me straight to my bones. After that, we were so caught up with looking for her, we didn't even think to ask if anyone had come by and knocked on our door.
It was stormy. Maybe it was just the wind.
That must be it. Who would be running around in that kind of weather anyway?
Since it was raining that hard, maybe she found a place to wait out the storm.
Oh, I really do hope so. But it's been days, and not so much as a word from her.
Don't worry, Miss Liu. Ms Bai and I will help you look for her. The more people looking, the better the chances of bringing her back.
Thank you, Artist Nikki. You're such a good girl. Xiaozhi... She's such a good girl, too. I shouldn't have been so harsh with her. If you find her, please tell me right away. Her father and I... We won't scold her anymore. Just bring her home.
Xiaozhi's parents have searched relentlessly, but they still haven't found anything. If she didn't vanish in the rain, then where else could she have gone? Maybe we should ask Artisan Chung again and find out exactly what happened that day. I can't shake the feeling that Auntie Liu hasn't told us everything.
I think so too. Xiaozhi doesn't seem like the kind of kid who'd just run off for no reason. Maybe something else happened that day, and that's why she ran away.
Makes sense. After that, let's also search around her home, and maybe talk to some of the kids nearby who knew her well. Hey.
Young or old, without an umbrella. Not even one of them ever come home. Are you here to buy an umbrella? This cursed rain. How many more people will it take?
But the weather outside is fine.
Artisan Chung, we're here to ask about Xiaozhi. We heard she was here to get her umbrella fixed before she disappeared.
On that day, the Liu family brought their child to me to fix her umbrella. So I coated it with a special ointment we craftsmen developed. Then the umbrella was completely waterproof, enough to withstand even that strange rain. You really can't afford to lose or break an umbrella. That cursed rain. Just waiting to snatch people caught without one.
Artisan Chung, have you ever actually seen someone get taken by the rain?
Not with my own eyes. But look at the state of my family. All thanks to the rain. 3 lives. People say it was a carriage accident. But how is that even possible? How could it take my family? 10 years ago, there was a brush artisan who vanished after a rainstorm. Back then, no one realized it was actually the rain. Then one rain after another, more and more people disappeared. Who knows who's next? Maybe you, Maybe me? Maybe everyone on Danqing Island.
But according to Mrs. Liu, you finished fixing Xiaozhi's umbrella and then she left with it. Even if the stories about the rain are true, with her umbrella, she shouldn't have been in danger.
That's true. I fixed it for her. But her mother thanked me, then started scolding her, telling Xiaozhi to be more obedient, to be more like Tian. We're neighbors, so I hear them bickering like that all the time. That day was no different. Xiaozhi got mad, talked back, then stormed off. While dealing with another customer, I saw Tian leave without an umbrella. I went after him and overheard the two kids arguing. Xiaozhi was furious. She smashed her umbrella while shouting at Tian to stop following her.
A child without an umbrella. Oh no. If Xiaozhi didn't find shelter in time, she may have... Artisan Chung, did you hear what they were arguing about? Maybe she mentioned where she was headed?
I heard her say her parents didn't understand her. They want her to be someone else. Also, she said something like, if only kids could choose their parents. If they want someone else's kid so bad, then I should get to choose what parents I get. Once someone disappears in that rain, they never return. Tian really valued his yin-yuan with that girl. That's why I kept this umbrella. I thought it would make a good keepsake. But fan feathers have been hard to come by lately, so I haven't repaired it yet.
I just happen to have some fan feathers. You can use them to fix Xiaozhi's umbrella.
That way, we can keep out the rain. Artist Nikki, for now, keep the umbrella. When you can, please give it to Xiaozhi's parents. I don't know how to break it to them. Please, take the umbrella to them and tell them that Xiaozhi won't be coming back.
Okay. Once we've uncovered the truth about Xiaozhi, we'll be sure to give them this umbrella.
Anyway, Artist Nikki, Ms Bai, when you're out and about, be sure to take an umbrella with you. After all, who knows what happened to those people before they disappeared? Or where they are now.
Liu Xiaozhi's umbrella. A broken paper umbrella left behind before Liu Xiaozhi went missing, now repaired by artisan Cheng.
Artist Nikki, Ms Bai, and Momo. Is there something I can help you with?
Actually, we're searching for Xiaozhi. Did you happen to see anything the day that she went missing?
Xiaozhi? Let's see. I did hear her arguing with Tian that day. She left in a huff. Now that I think about it, that was the last time I saw her. Actually, I was busy sketching scenes of different people for the Yuan festival that day. Maybe you can find her in one of the pictures I sketched. What do you think, Artist Nikki? You know what? Now that I think about it, that person came from Artisan Chung's place, and the figure matches her too. She didn't go far. In fact, I think she even doubled back. The weather wasn't great that day, and my father called me in for dinner. I really have no idea where Xiaozhi would have gone after that. I just really hope she didn't get caught up in that storm.
Do you know what sort of things Xiaozhi usually likes to do? Or where she likes to go?
Well, she's really talented at making ronghua.
Ronghua? Ping Ping gave me one of those. Did Xiaozhi make one for you too?
Yes, just a few days ago actually. The one she gave me was beautiful. It's strange though. She rarely shows the skill in front of others.
Her mother never even mentioned it to us.
Her parents are really strict with her.
They hardly ever praise her. Whenever they visit, they always tell her not to brag about her talents and to learn to be as humble as me. Over time, she just stopped talking around them altogether. But I've seen her work and it's really impressive. The artisan said that when she's working on those flowers, she gets super focused. They think she's got a bright future ahead of her. Even Tian always tags along, just so he can learn from her. I think if she's put that much time and effort into it, then why shouldn't she be proud and share it more?
I agree with you. I think everyone should have the right to share what they love, no matter how big or small the achievement.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I've always admired Xiaozhi's skills, and I really liked her bright, lively spirit. But her parents kept comparing her to me, so she stopped coming by. And well, I'm not great at expressing myself either, so I didn't really reach out to her. That said, I never thought things would get so bad that she'd argue with her parents and run off.
Don't blame yourself. We'll find her. Besides, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even known about this amazing side of Xiaozhi. It's just really sad. Her parents wanted her to succeed, but they also never encouraged her. Not all kids are the same. Everyone's got their own strengths and weaknesses. If they'd taken more time to get to know the things she really cared about, maybe they'd see just how wonderful she really is.
That's right. Come on, Nikki. Let's check around a bit and find some more clues. We've got to bring Xiaozhi back home.
Liu Xiaozhi's diary. Liu Xiaozhi must be destined for something special. My parents always tell me to be humble, to learn from people like Shi, Yuan, and all the others. But why should I learn from them? I just cannot focus on books. That's because my skillful hands cannot sit still, and yet my parents do not understand that. I, Liu Xiaozhi, know everything about making ronghua, tempering, dyeing, cutting, ironing, and shaping. I know them all. I told my parents to go ask those bookworms if they could craft a ronghua like mine. As expected, all I got in return was another round of dull, old nagging. Tian next door never argues with his dad, but he once told me his dad spends all day making umbrellas, muttering strange things like the rain-soaked will one day vanish. Oh, I get it. Our parents will always see us as kids. But Tian saw the ronghua I made and praised it. It really made me feel good. So I told him I can teach him how to make one. I must be destined for something special. Who else but the masters in storybooks ever stumble upon a martial arts manual? Well, I, Liu Xiaozhi, actually did. Except mine wasn't for martial arts. It was a notebook packed with secret techniques for crafting ronghua. I must be the chosen one for this art. After practicing just once with the first chapter, I already found my own method. Start with a framework, not just the outline. When the structure is solid, the ronghua takes shape on its own, natural, vivid, and full of life. But when I showed the ronghua to my parents, not a single word of praise came out. I told them one day I would be that amazing someone else's kid they always talk about, and they would not have to work so hard selling vegetables to support the family anymore. But they just kept shaking their heads, that look of disbelief on their faces. Even someone like me, who is used to being let down, felt a little hurt. But I know I'm really getting better at this. Just give me a little more time to practice, and even my parents will have to admit it and say, "We're so proud of Xiaozhi." Until they say those words, though, I will not share a single word from my heart with them ever again. Is Liu Xiaozhi truly destined for something special? This notebook has many small handwritten notes. The more you read them, the more you can weave a story of fate, just like crafting Ronghua itself. I have a feeling that the owner of this notebook is my great-grandmother, the one my mother always talks about, who was skilled at making Ronghua. She and the young girls who host the Yuan festival shared a friendship that transcended generations. My grandmother both admired and looked after her, believing she was destined for greatness, but always worried that she would not take good care of herself. Sometimes, when my mom scolds me, I slip away to where the artist Nikki studies under Miss Tsui. I close my eyes and listen to Miss Tsui's gentle, encouraging words for Nikki, imagining how it would feel if someone spoke to me that way. Miss Tsui's heart reminds me of my great-grandmother's, full of admiration for Nikki's talents, yet also quietly burdened by the challenge of guiding her through everyday struggles. That's quite a sad tale, isn't it?
Seems like she didn't talk with her parents that much.
Could be. She tried, but the closer someone gets to you, the easier it is to take them for granted. That closeness can sometimes make people forget how fragile a yin yuan really is.
Relationships need care. I hope we find her soon. Maybe they'll still have the chance to make things right.
Great idea! We've got to find Xiaozhi. Nikki, let's go check somewhere else for clues.
Shu's memories, and the umbrella from Artisan Chung. With these clues, we have enough for us to guess what happened to Xiaozhi that day. Xiaozhi was at odds with her parents, and didn't play with the other children.
Seems like Xiaozhi longed for praise and approval. So that's why she envied me for having a good teacher. She wanted to forge a yin yuan like that.
Artisan Chung's son, Tian, might have been the only other kid who admired her.
It's because Tian saw Xiaozhi's strengths and learned craftsmanship from her.
However, that day her parents brought her to visit Artisan Chung to repair her umbrella. While flattering Tian, they told her to be more like him.
That must have been the last straw for her. In her parents' eyes, she wasn't even as good as Tian. She must have been furious.
And so, she had a big fight with her parents and stormed off. Although Tian chased after her, she took her rage out on him, discarded the umbrella, and ran away. And that evening, it rained.
But Artisan Chung never actually saw anyone disappear in the rain. So maybe she is just hiding somewhere.
But we still have no clue where she might be hiding, so things don't look hopeful. Just like those who disappeared before her.
Ms. Bai, have those who disappeared really never come back?
No. As Artisan Chung said, the first person who disappeared went missing 10 years ago. Their chances of survival are very slim.
Maybe they just went somewhere that's difficult to find, and if we search hard enough...
What's the point in trying? When a yin yuan is broken, it's broken. Also, those who could travel through places such as that are long gone. Nikki, I can't continue to investigate Xiaozhi's situation with you. We'll meet again later.
Momo, let's go back to her house and see if we can figure out where she went.
The end of that conversation with Ms. Bai
It looks like it's
was
going
a
to rain.
bit strange, and the way she declined continuing the investigation with us, I hope it pays off sometime further down the line.
Nikki, that cat that just passed by stopped making any sound.
The cat disappeared?
Those stories, they're real. Could the cat really have turned into ink in the rain?
I'm afraid the ink stain on the Liu family's door was left there 3 days ago by Xiaozhi.
Nikki, are you saying that the knocking sound that day...
Must have been Xiaozhi seeking shelter from the rain, but her parents didn't open the door in time, and she got soaked.
So when her parents opened the door, there was no one outside.
And Xiaozhi, inches away, turned into ink.
Nikki, should we tell her parents about this?
Let me think. We owe them an explanation. Let's head to the Liu family's house.
Oh my god, we are so back, people! So for those of you who have not played too far into the Infinity Nikki main storyline, generally the story feels pretty whimsical, but then you will stumble upon those jarringly dark moments, and it does not really get much darker than this, because think about it. These people lost their daughter, who turned into ink, because they were just a few seconds too late to open the door, which would have saved her. And now that ink blotch on the door is all that is left of her.
Do you have any news about Xiaozhi?
Artist Nikki, if you found anything, please tell us.
Mr. and Mrs. Liu, this umbrella is for you.
I cannot really think of many crueler fates than this, because for a parent that is probably the worst nightmare possible. And now we have to tell them too, but I simply could not lie to them. Not about something as important as this.
What I'm about to say might be hard to hear. That day, Xiaozhi didn't have an umbrella. When the rain started, she tried to come home to take shelter from it. So, that knocking sound you heard was her trying to get in.
When we opened the door, there was no one outside. My daughter, where did she go?
She didn't make it in time to avoid the rain and got soaked. Mr. and Mrs. Liu, the ink stain by the door is what was left after she disappeared.
Didn't make it in time. When we went to open the door, we were just one step too late.
My baby! It's all our fault. We shouldn't have said those things.
We didn't hear knocking because we were talking about how to stop belittling her in front of others.
The truth is, Xiaozhi had her strengths. All she really wanted was to be praised by you.
It's not that we didn't know. She showed us the ronghua she made. We thought she was very talented, just like her great-grandmother. We were just afraid she'd become too proud, so we never praised her.
That day when we came back home, we felt so bad. We realized we hadn't had a proper conversation with her in so long.
It was always us blaming her, or her blaming us. We planned to make it up to her when she came home. How could something like this happen? How could this happen? My baby. If I ever get a chance in the next life, I'll treat you with kindness. I'll make up for everything.
Now that this matter is settled, Artist Nikki, where would you like to go next?
Climb in my bed and deal with my depression?
I'd like to visit Uncle Go's house. All right. A few days ago, his garden hose suddenly turned into ink, and it hasn't completely disappeared yet. It happened recently, so there might still be clues to follow.
Full disclosure, I suffer from bouts of depression at irregular intervals, sometimes pretty severe too, so that's why I make jokes about it from time to time. It helps me cope. Once Xiao Zhi comes back, we'll definitely apologize properly and tell her she's always been our precious little girl. How do you come back from dissolving into ink? I feel like she hasn't processed the news yet, and who can blame her? Zhonghua nuts, young fate tying branches, old friends meeting under the full moon. There are still some issues. You'd better work harder. Work harder? But I'm hungry. Is it time to go home and eat yet?
Wait, are they arguing over a...
Cue
That's Uncle
a
Go,
huge number
the one we
of
came to
jokes
see.
that I would like to make,
Seems he's in
but I
another tiff
won't
with
because
Uncle
I'd
Jin.
like to keep this PG.
Looks like before we can ask anything, we'll need to break this up. Come on, let's go.
But yeah, men arguing over a hoe, that sounds about right.
Jin Sang-zi, you stole my hoe. Now give it back.
Cut it out, Guardo. Who would want that busted old thing?
You stole it.
Ridiculous!
You?
Please, calm down. There's no need to get so worked up. Just talk this out.
No one can calm us down. Wait. Artist Nikki and Ms Bai?
You two are so in sync.
Ms Bai, didn't you stop by just a few days ago?
I did, but I've come back. I wanted to show Nikki your hoe. Uncle Go, why are you arguing with Uncle Jin again?
It's all because of that hoe. Perfect. You two can help settle this.
Okay, we're listening.
Jin Sang-zi's hoe broke recently, that much I know. But today I saw him out with a new one. It looked real familiar, so I took a closer look. Sure enough, I smelled a floral scent that only comes from my yard. Everyone knows I've got a sharp sense of smell. I'm definitely right, so I'm certain he stole my hoe. And this whole turning into ink thing, just some nonsense he cooked up to cover his tracks.
Hey! I stay quiet for 1 second and you just spew nonsense, huh? Sure, my old hoe is broken, but the one I've got now is definitely the one I found at home this morning. I thought, since it was inside the house, it must have been bought by either my wife or my daughter Zien. So I just used it. Then this guy storms in, yelling that I stole it.
You took it, and you didn't ask.
Quit making stuff up!
You...
Gentlemen, arguing like this won't solve anything. Please, calm down.
Uncle Go, the ink issue hasn't been fully investigated yet. You can't just accuse Uncle Jin like that. And Uncle Jin, there's no need to get so worked up either. Please calm down. Why not let us look into it? Once we get to the bottom of it, we'll spell it all out for the both of you.
Gordo, you hear that? The truth isn't even out, so don't go pointing fingers. You!
Jin Sang-zi, are you going to keep arguing here forever? If I spot even one weed in the field, you're in for it!
Xiaoxian, right away.
Artuo, go home and make the shangbao.
Taiping? Yeah. Yes.
Whoa! A real case of there's always a bigger fish?
Artist Nikki, Ms Bai. Sorry about that.
So embarrassing. Those two are such a pain. They're probably sworn enemies from a past life who kept it going in this one.
Enemies from a past life?
Even if they were, there's no rule saying they can't get along in this life. From what I just heard, I think I've got the gist of things. Uncle Go's hoe turned to ink, and Uncle Jin suddenly had a hoe appear out of nowhere. Auntie Taiping, I'd like to start with the hoe at your place. Would you mind showing us?
No problem. Follow me.
If I hadn't already promised to meet up with the girls at the music hall, I'd gladly pitch in. I'll need to leave it up to you two.
Okay, leave it to Ms Bai and me.
Whoa! Just like the raft from before. This hole looks like it came out of a painting.
But it hasn't completely disappeared. Maybe I can use my Danqing ability to restore it. Auntie Taiping, I tried restoring the hoe. Can you take a look? Does it belong to Uncle Go?
That's it, without a doubt. You've become quite impressive, Nikki. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Actually, I wanted to ask, before the hoe changed, did anything strange happen?
Nothing I can think of. It changed overnight. When morning came, it looked completely different.
Just like before, this turning into ink thing happens with no warning. Miss Sui and I tried to find a pattern before, but nothing.
At least we know Uncle Jin's hoe and Uncle Go's inked hoe aren't the same hoe.
So then, where did Uncle Jin's hoe come from? All these mix-ups are making my head spin.
No idea. Usually things will go missing, but this is the first time that something's just appeared out of nowhere.
Since Uncle Jin said he found the hoe at his house, why don't we go check it out? Maybe we'll spot something useful.
Yes. Let's go.
Yup.
Looks like someone's home after all.
It's Miss Ziyan. Perfect. Maybe she can tell us more. Miss Ziyan, it's rare to catch you at home. Are you off today?
Yes, you could say that. Speaking of rare, it's not every day I see you and artist Nikki together. What brings you two here?
Uncle Jin told us he found an extra hoe in the house this morning. You didn't happen to buy it, did you?
No, it wasn't me. And I don't think my mother bought it either.
Here. How could it have just popped in out of thin air?
Nikki, did you say my father and Uncle Go got into another fight?
It was just a misunderstanding. Uncle Go smelled flowers on that hoe and assumed he stole it. That's how it all started. But we already restored the hoe, which proves your father didn't take anything. Once we get to the bottom of this, we'll clear things up between them.
Those two.
I understand your concern. The grudge between Uncle Go and your father didn't start yesterday. For them, making peace won't be easy.
But what I don't get is, my father actually respects him.
Huh? Really? That's not the vibe I got at all.
You don't know this, but every time I buy one of Uncle Go's Zhengbao, even if Dad grumbles and sneezes, he still asks to take a closer look. He just can't swallow his pride. The moment he runs into Uncle Go, he gets all wound up and says awful things. And Uncle Go's no better. We've tried talking to them over and over, but nothing ever changes. My mother says they were sworn enemies in a past life, and honestly, I believe her.
Harboring ill will in a past life will haunt the present one. Grudges form easily but are hard to resolve. Going from that to harmony is even harder.
Yuan, Ms Bai, don't feel too sad. Nothing's set in stone. The past is the past, and this life is full of new possibilities.
New possibilities. Easier said than done.
Maybe what they really need is the right moment. When that time comes, maybe they'll finally sit down and talk things out.
The right moment. Thank you, Nikki. As for my father and Uncle Go, I'll keep thinking about it.
No need to thank us. But now we're back to square one. Where do we go from here?
That hole couldn't have really appeared out of thin air, right?
I have a hunch. There should be one other person who knows where it came from.
Do you mean... the hoe seller? The person who sold the hose would definitely know where it came from and where it was heading.
Exactly. If I remember correctly, the only person in the village who deals in farming tools is Wu Dalang. When it's daytime, we could go ask him at his stall.
Good idea. Nikki, when it's daytime, let's go to Wu Dalang's stall to look for it.
Hey. Yup.
The sun is warm and the fields grow long. Scythes, hoes, and sickles for the price of a song. Need a tool? Don't dare stall. Old Dalang has it all. Oh, if it isn't Ms Bai and artist Nikki. A sight for sore eyes. If it's a farming tool you're after, I'll find the perfect one for you.
Hi, Mr. Wu. We actually need to ask you something about a hoe.
Oh, I was wondering why you two were here. I thought our little artist might be interested in some farming tools for her paintings. Well, you've come to the right place. I know exactly who's bought them, who's broken them, who's mended them, and who's lost them in the village. Just ask Dalang.
Classic Mr. Wu. We actually want to ask, has anyone recently bought a hoe?
A hoe? Well, the only person to buy one lately was that young lad Dulan Hui. Wait, actually he came twice. About a week ago. He said the hoe he bought from me was working so well, he wanted another one just like it. I looked for ages and dug up the last one. Then a few days later, he came back for another one. I had to tell him he'd have to wait for me to make a whole new one.
Dulan Hui. Wait, isn't that Uncle Go's son?
What? Oh, wow. This is getting confusing now.
I don't have solid proof, and I can't figure out his intentions, but my gut's telling me that hoe at Uncle Jin's place is the same one Lan Hui bought.
Well then, it looks like we'll need to ask Dulan Hui a few more questions. I just don't know if he's at home or at the stall.
Oh, I actually ran into him earlier, in the woods by Uncle Jin's place. He was pacing around all alone, brows furrowed. No idea what he was worried about.
Thanks, Mr. Wu. We'll head there now.
The plot thickens. Still, it feels a lot less dramatic than before, and I am thankful for that. I can only take so much heartache in, like, what, 1 hour?
Xian, you won't believe. The other day, I went around the mountain to try and find a way up. I didn't find a path, but I did spot a white figure floating by. It was so mysterious.
I've told you, the backside of the mountain is dangerous these days. Why would you go there alone again?
I was just passing by and couldn't resist. Huh? Nikki and Ms Bai? Fancy running into you here.
Lan Hui, you... Why are you with Miss Xian?
I was just... Oh, I heard my dad and Uncle Xin arguing again, but I wasn't there when it started, so I came to ask Miss Xian.
So, what brings you here this time?
So, about that hoe. Lan Hui, we asked Mr. Wu. Somebody bought a hoe from him recently. That was you, right?
Oh no, I forgot about him. Well, that's... actually...
It seems I can't hide it anymore. Nikki, Ms Bai, I'm sorry. Earlier, I lied. You guessed right. After hearing that our hoe was broken, Lan Hui went and bought us a new one. I didn't dare tell my parents. I brought it home quietly and hid it somewhere no one would notice. But before I could come up with an excuse, my father found it. And, well, you know the rest.
I see. No wonder you kept quiet. With Uncle Jin's temper, if he found out the hoe came from Lan Hui.
We thought the same. But in the end, it just led to yet another argument, and Xian had to go out of her way to help me cover it up. It all went so wrong.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Lan Hui. But now that things have come this far, I think it's time we tell Uncle Go and Uncle Jin the truth.
You're right, of course. But what Ziyan and I are worried about is how to tell them while also keeping them calm.
Don't worry. How about you just start by telling us how the bad blood between your fathers started?
Yes. If we can figure out the root of the problem, maybe we can actually fix it.
Really, it's all just a bunch of small misunderstandings. When we first moved here, my dad gave Uncle Jin a xiangbao as a gift. Nobody knew it would make him sneeze for over a week. It only cleared up thanks to Miss Qiao, the healer.
Also, my father does singing exercises early in the morning. Most folks don't mind. Some even like waking up to it. But Uncle Go couldn't sleep through it. He even thought my dad was doing it to get back at him.
Then later, my father planted flowers that attracted bugs, which stung Uncle Jin.
Another time, my father got so wrapped up in singing with his friends that he accidentally trampled Uncle Go's flowers.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is making me start to sweat.
Yeah, it's a bunch of little misunderstandings that snowballed into a big grudge. But I remember Ziyan once saying that Uncle Jin actually likes the xiangbao Uncle Go made.
He does, but Uncle Jin's too proud to admit it. He's never even stepped foot in our shop. Honestly, though, my father's the same. It's frustrating.
Huh. Hearing all this, I have an idea. I think this may be exactly what's needed to help them finally make peace.
Do you mean, while telling the truth about the hoe, we should use it as an opportunity to help them see how they really feel about each other?
Exactly. Both of them have been too proud to back down, and they both believe the other is wrong. So why not use this to move things along? We reveal the truth about the hoe and clear up the old misunderstandings too.
Nikki's right. I want to try one more time, not just for me and Ziyan, but for my father and Uncle Jin. I want them to become real friends.
Me too, but just in case something goes wrong, maybe we should tell just one of them first and see how they react. If it doesn't go well, we might still have a chance to fix things.
I think Miss Ziyan is right. In that case, Nikki, who do you think we should tell first?
Let's tell Uncle Jin first. This time, he is the one who was wrongly accused.
All right, and I'll talk to my father. Whatever happens, come to Lang Hui's house tomorrow at noon, and I'll update you.
And that, my friends, was the wrong choice. So I had to go and try again.
Nikki, watch out! Huh? Why are we here? What about Uncle Go and Uncle Jin? Weren't they just arguing?
I can feel a strange power. It's like time rewound.
Maybe it's giving us a chance to go back and make a better choice. No matter what, at least we know one thing. We can't tell Uncle Jean first. We have to find Lan Hui and Ziyan as soon as possible.
So yeah, thankfully they don't have you get a game over or something like that. You just rewind time and automatically you choose the other option.
What brings you back?
I gave it some more thought. Uncle Jean has a short fuse, and if he finds out, I'm afraid he'll go straight to Uncle Go, and we might not be able to stop him.
Nikki's right. I didn't think it through. And my mother will be at the music hall tonight. I probably wouldn't be able to stop him on my own.
So I think it's better if we tell Uncle Go first. Auntie Saiping will be there, so she can help Lan Hui talk some sense into him.
Makes sense. With my mother there, my dad will be sure to listen. All right then, let's meet at my place at noon tomorrow.
Wow, look at the crowd! See? Everyone else showed up on time while you were still at home dilly-dallying.
I did not. Besides, what could that loudmouth even have to say? Anyway, since we're all here, Gordo, if you've got something to say, spit it out.
This time, I misunderstood and wrongly accused you. I'm sorry.
You...
Also, here's this Shangbao as an apology. Don't worry, this one won't make you sneeze.
Uncle Jin, my father's always felt bad about the Xiangbao he gave you. He's been wanting to apologize, and this one is specially made by him. It's fully sneeze-proof.
You talk too much. Between the apology and the gift, now I'm not sure what to say. All right, okay, it's not a big deal. And if we're being honest, I owe you an apology too. You see, it's my habit to warm up my voice in the morning. I didn't know you had to care for the flowers at night, and I wound up disturbing your sleep. That's my fault.
Uncle Go, after that, my father moved his singing further away, just so he wouldn't disturb your rest again.
Ah, my girl! Why are you selling your old man out like that?
Nikki, Ms Bai, thanks so much for your help. If it wasn't for you, Zion and I might have really given up this time.
And you really ought to thank them properly. And if you're gonna see Ziyan, do it with your head held high. She's a wonderful girl and you better treat her right. If you don't, forget Uncle Jin. I'll be the one to set you straight.
Give it a rest. Lan Hui is way more reliable than you ever were.
So you two already knew about me and Zion?
Stop giggling.
Hate turned into fate. It really happened. It's a really good thing. Ms Bai, aren't you happy? Of course I'm happy. It's just... I always thought changing a yin yuan was like rowing against the current, requiring tremendous effort and sacrifice. I never expected it could be resolved so smoothly. Each yin yuan has its own rhythm, and new connections always bring unexpected changes. Sometimes without us even noticing, the threads that seemed broken are quietly mended. Maybe you're right. Now that this matter is settled, Artist Nikki, where would you like to go next?
Well, there is only one case still open, so that's pretty straightforward.
I want to visit Yun's house. As the village healer, if she's not seeing anyone, it'll be bad for her patients. Good idea. Yun lost her father when she was young, and her mother passed away from illness not long after. Now, she's left with her elderly grandmother. It would be great if we could help her find her keepsake.
停，亭里有幅画，画里有座山，山中有。
Yunyang, don't cry. Come here. Have you heard this old song? In the mountains, a pavilion. In the pavilion, a painting. In the painting, a mountain.
Grandmother, it's me, Yun. Not my mother. You forgot again.
Oh, it's you, Yun. Hey, I remember all of you. You're Nikki, the one who draws with sticks, and you're Bai, the one who dances so beautifully.
Artist Nikki, Ms Bai, you must be busy with the Inuan festival, right? What brings you here? Are you feeling all right? I haven't been feeling myself lately, so I'm seeing fewer patients. I'm worried my diagnoses might be off too. We're all fine. But Yun, you look worn down. Strange things have been happening at home. Objects have turned into ink. I'm sure you've both heard about it. That box, it was the last thing my mother left for me. That winter, my mother's health had already taken a turn for the worse. I was preparing medicine by the fire, but I nodded off. She came over and carried me back to my room. She kept murmuring about how she was worried about me, that she wanted to leave something behind for me. Before she passed, my mother gave me that box, making me swear not to open it until I was of age. I kept that promise in my heart. A few days ago, when the weather was clear, I was sorting through my medicinal herbs and decided to take the box out to clean it. But suddenly, it started to darken. Inch by inch, it turned to ink. And now, I can't open it anymore. Losing someone and feeling their yin yuan fade, those memories turning to nothing. It's hard to bear. But love doesn't fade when a person leaves. Yun, your mother's love must have been much more than just a box.
Yes, that's right. Yunyang loves Yun. Grandma loves you both. Don't cry, Yunyang. Oh, I mean, Yun.
Thank you so much, Artist Nikki, Ms Bai. That's all I know. I'm not sure if it'll be of any help to you. From what you've said, one thing has been made clear. Turning into ink has nothing to do with the weather, and doesn't follow a specific pattern. I'd like to see the box with my own eyes. Maybe I can find a way to help you restore it. Artist Nikki, you can you really restore it? Right now the box is in the clutter pile.
Huh? How could something so important be put in a clutter pile?
I'm ashamed to say, my mother never told me where the box was hidden. She only asked Auntie Chun to keep a few things for my future birthdays. Auntie Chun said the box wasn't with her, so I had no clue where it could be. While I was organizing my herbs, I happened to notice the moonlight shining on a corner of the clutter pile. Something seemed to be glowing. When I cleared the area, I saw it was a box. What a coincidence. Come to think of it, it's exactly the kind of thing my mother would do. When I was little, she used to take me up to the mountains to gather herbs. She liked to hide little items in the grass for me to find. Only this time, I failed to protect her dying wish. Young, don't worry. I'll do everything I can to restore this precious treasure. Thank you, Artist Nikki. The box is behind the house. You'll spot it when you get close. Go ahead. I'll stay and comfort Grandma, then join. It really came back. Artist Nikki, I could never possibly thank you enough. Yoon, I'm not sure if it's just my imagination,
but this box feels a bit too light.
Earlier, I had a feeling something was off. Yunyang was always so thoughtful. There's no way something that meant so much to her would have been left in a junk pile by accident.
I'm old enough now. Whatever the truth is, I have to open it and see for myself. So back then, it had already...
Yun, what does the letter say?
For Yuan's eyes only. I cut some fabric a while back and wanted to make some new clothes for you while I still had the energy. When I finished the rough draft, I found that the sleeves had become so much longer compared to last year. My dear Yuan, you are like the bamboo shoots in our backyard, growing taller and taller by the day. You will turn into a fine maiden in no time. However, I do not know if I will have the opportunity to see it with my own eyes. So many things come too late in life. I wish I could stay longer to spend a few more birthdays with you, but my body is growing weaker by the day. I'm practically surviving on medicine now and have already started making arrangements. I asked Auntie Chun to lend our family a hand in the future. As for the rest, I will save it for another time so as to keep this letter brief. I originally planned on giving our family heirloom as your coming-of-age gift. Unfortunately, something strange happened while I was crossing the bridge the other day. The basket I was carrying suddenly lost all color like a faded painting, and the heirloom fell into the river. I went to search for it several times, but to no avail. I think it will be easier to spot under the bright moonlight, so I will search by the river again at night. This life is too short, and I hate that I cannot stay by your side for longer. So I want to leave as many things behind as I can and let them accompany you in my stead. However, if I still cannot find that heirloom, I will have no choice but to let it go. The elders always say that unfinished bonds will be renewed in the next life. I had never taken it seriously before, but recently I started hoping it is true. If there is a next life, I wish to turn into the moon and watch over you every night, keeping you safe and catching up on all the things I missed. I still have many things I want to say to you, but fatigue has set in, so I'll stop here. When I'm gone, be sure to take care of yourself. You still have so many days ahead of you. I only hope that you will stay safe and live in peace.
The gift your mother prepared for you was lost in the river back then. Her basket had already turned to ink.
She didn't have time to prepare another one. No wonder the box ended up in the clutter pile.
Seeing it this way, turning into ink started long ago.
To be honest, I had already suspected as much. I just didn't want to believe it. Mother used to say that the moon can shine on the ones we miss. Once when I was very ill, she was so frightened that she held me all night by the window, whispering, "When Yun gets better, we'll go catch the moon." And now, it's like trying to grab the moon in a pool of water, a dream that slips away.
Even if it is just chasing the moon's reflection, if you don't try, how will you know? According to what Auntie Yu wrote in her letter, the gift might be easier to find in the moonlight. Why don't we go to the riverside tonight and try our luck?
But after all these years, wouldn't it be damaged by the water by now?
Yunyang went back to look for it, so it must have been something that could withstand water. If it was swept ashore or settled in one of the bends, maybe it's still there.
Yes. My mother once said she had to give up the search because of her health. But I can do it. No matter how many times it takes, I'll keep searching.
The only problem is, she never mentioned which side of the bridge it fell from. There are bends from both upstream and downstream.
Since Auntie Yu couldn't find it before, it might have drifted to an unexpected spot. Let's start by checking upstream.
Got it. I'll get ready too. Let's meet by the upstream side of the small bridge tonight. Artist Nikki, Auntie Chun came too. She heard about the box and wants to help. Thank you all so much. No matter what happens tonight, I'll always remember your kindness.
Don't worry about it, Yuan. You've helped so many in the village, so of course we'd be here for you when you need it.
Exactly. We're all from the same village, no need to thank us. And besides, your mother and I were like sisters. It's the least we can do. You were worried about the box. I couldn't let it go, so I closed up shop to join you. This though, Artist Nikki, your hands truly work wonders. You've completely restored the box.
Auntie Chun, if you don't stop flattering me, my head will grow too big.
I know. If you ever need my help, say the word.
Perfect timing. I wanted to ask you something, Auntie Chun. Do you happen to know what Auntie Yu intended to leave for Yun? If we can figure that out, it'll give us a better idea of what we're looking for.
Yun Yang once said that because her body was weak, her daughter had to grow up fast. She feared that if she died, Yun would have nothing to lean on, so she wanted to leave something Yun could take with her while practicing medicine, something to give her comfort and support. Thinking about it now, that must be it. But as for what it actually is, I'm not sure either.
It sounds like she left behind something Yun could use in her medical work.
That's great! With this clue, we have a much better shot at finding it.
No time to waste. Let's split up and search. We'll check the riverbank. Maybe we can fish it out.
Huh? Am I seeing things? That fish over there looks really different.
Was the keepsake Auntie Yu left behind eaten by a fish? Let me try using my fishing ability to reel it in.
So I had to fish everything in that spot, but we got it in the end.
Classic Nikki. A little fish is no match for you.
Cloudtail koi that ate the birthday gift. A species of koi found only in the waters around Danqing Island. Their large tails, marked with lucky cloud patterns, spread pigment quickly and evenly across wide surfaces. Mortar. Xiao Yunyang's old medicine mortar. Smooth and warm to the touch, with a subtle glow as if steeped in moonlight.
We fished it out! It looks like... water for grinding medicine? Let's take it to Yun and show her.
Yun, I pulled this out of the river. Could it be what your mother left you?
This is... My mother used to grind herbs late into the night. Her tapping on the mortar was as soft as raindrops, and I'd always doze off at the table. When I woke, I'd see her under the moonlight, gently brushing my hair, her hands dusted in medicinal powder. She'd say, "Yun, be like this mortar, plain in form yet strong within. Blunt the sharp, soften the fierce. Grind down troubles and stay unshaken amidst the rain."
This small size and those patterns. The shape is exactly the same as her old mortar, but isn't the color a bit different?
I recognize every fine line, each and every mark on it. Somehow, though, it looks steeped in moonlight. But I know I'm not mistaken. Maybe this really is what she meant to leave for me. A memento to keep with me.
I thought the same thing too. When I saw it gleaming in the water, it looked just like the reflection of the moon.
Fishing for the moon in the water. Mother, you always used to say, the moon speaks no words, yet it reflects countless thoughts. There was once a time when the rain felt endless, and I cried for the moon. You lit a lamp and held up a tunshan, casting a round shadow under the light. You soothed me by saying, "Look, the moon is right over here." It never truly left. I wonder, could it be that the moon is now watching me? Mother, if you've truly become that moon in the sky, please watch over me often. From now on, I'll take good care of myself. I won't live in sadness, making you worry. And if reincarnation does exist, then in the next life, I hope to become a pool of water on the moon. That way, I can nestle once again in your embrace.
They say when people leave, the yin-yuan they had vanished too. Perhaps Yunyang really did become the moon in the sky, just as she wished.
Even if someone is gone, it doesn't mean their Yuan disappears. Moonlight spans all across the world. Where hearts align, paths may yet entwine. The things that turn to ink don't seem to be caused by the strange rain. There are still many questions we can't answer. Ms. Bai, let's head to the small bridge behind the village and meet up with Miss Sui. Maybe she's found other clues. I hope Miss Sui brought an umbrella.
Don't worry about that. Let's just hurry over there.
Miss Sui!
Nikki. Miss Sui.
And just as things were starting to look up, they had to take somebody else from us. Okay, wow, this is new.
Are you okay? What happened just now?
I think I just stepped into another realm. Everything looked like a painting, and I saw a long soaring through it. Could that have been the Inkville Long?
Another realm?
You saw Miss Sui turn into ink. It must have been terrible. In your shock, you may have just seen an illusion.
No, it wasn't an illusion. I know I saw it. The place resembled our village, yet it was an entirely different world. I saw it right where Miss Sui vanished. I think she, along with the other missing villagers, might have been drawn into that realm. I need to figure out how to get back in there and save them.
If that's true, we'll need to find the entrance to this place.
But it's already gone. Where can we look now?
inside the painting. Wait, the kids by the village entrance often sing a nursery rhyme. In the mountains, a pavilion. In the pavilion, a painting. In the painting, a mountain. That sounds just like what I saw in the other realm.
That nursery rhyme has been around for generations, but only bits and pieces are still known. Maybe some of the elders remember the rest.
Granny Yao! She used to hum that rhyme. Maybe she remembers all the lyrics.
The thing is, Granny Yao is quite elderly. Her memory is touch and go. In her current state, we might not get much from her.
Ms. Bai, could you keep an eye on her? When she's having a good day, she might remember the rest of the rhyme.
Well... all right. I'll keep an eye on her.
Thank you. We'll keep hunting for more clues. We have to find a way into that realm and rescue Miss Sui. And the others.
And this concludes Chapter 1, as well as this video. Grab your well-deserved rewards. This part of the story was very much about exposure, but personally, I really enjoyed the storytelling here, so you'll see no complaint from me. Having said that, I think they're going to get a whole lot more involved next as we move on to part 3, which will be up sometime next week. In the meantime, I wish you all a great day, a wonderful week ahead, and until next time, bye-bye.